York. New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right? This is hip hop. This is hip hop.
Welcome to Crash the Industry, the show where we break down the stories, the grind, and the hustle behind the hottest and upcoming names in the music and entertainment industry. I'm your host, Shanti Man, also known as Mr. CEO. And tonight we have a powerhouse artist joining us. Hailing from the heart of the Boogie Down Bronx, our first guest is a multi-talented force singer, songwriter, pianist, entertainer, Shae Golden Voice Lawrence. She's brought her Jamaican roots, R&B, soul, hip-hop edge together in a way that's all her own and her sound alone. From working with the legends like the Lox to lighting up stages with icons like Beres Hammond, Shae's voice is as golden as her name suggests, and she's not stopping there. Her ambitions are set at the top of the sky's the limit. Trust me, you don't want to miss this conversation. Let's give it up for Shae Golden Voice Lawrence. How you doing?
Everybody. I'm great. How are you?
Everything is good.
Good.
Everything is good. So when I met you, we talked about a few things in our history, and I want to go back to when you were like on that high with creating songs with the Lox.
Yeah.
Like how did you get into that situation?
Well, I was singing for a long time at that point. When I did the 2 records I did one with Chic Luch and I did one with Styles P. And I was just in the mix, always in the studio, connected to certain people. And I remember one of the engineers or producers, Dazel, shout out to the machine, Dazel, he posted on Facebook of him working at D Block. And I just took a shot in the dark. And I was just like, yo, I want to be down. Like, these are legends. I grew up listening to the Lox, so, and it ended up working out, you know. That's basically it. And Dazel brought me into the situation because we had worked in the studio before.
Okay.
And, you know, he was impressed with my talent, and then that's how that led to that.
So getting into that situation, being a songwriter, did that help further the career and the situation with being around famous artists like that?
Oh, absolutely. I've been writing my whole entire life. I remember the first time I went to D Block. I met Styles P. That was actually the second studio session. The first one was the record I did with Chic. So, you know, seeing legends up close, you're trying not to be starstruck, trying to maintain your professionalism and not be starstruck and weird. So, you know, I have a certain decorum about me in those types of situations, and he just put me in the room and made me let me listen to the beat, and I wrote it right there on the spot.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. So let's take it further back. When did Shae say, hey, I'm going to be a songwriter, I'm going to be a singer? Like, is that something from your parents, your roots, or was it a natural gift?
I think it's partially both. My parents do have musical talents and gifts, but them together created something different, which is me. So it's in the bloodline for sure on both sides, but I feel that what I have is very natural, organic, and
you do have your own style. So like I wouldn't like group you in with anybody else. So now you started singing. When did you really start taking it serious and saying, hey, I'm gonna get into the studio?
It was by chance. I was walking down the streets of Parkchester, where I'm from. Shout out to Parkchester. And I was walking from my granny house, God bless her soul, and I was humming a Mariah Carey tune. And someone overheard me, and they gave me the studio information. So that was when I first...
About what age was that?
16.
I was just about to say around, it always happens around 16 for everyone.
Yep.
So now you get into the studio. did you gravitate to it fast, or were you like, hold on, this is a different world?
Second nature.
Okay.
Second nature, like, you know, like when you get that feeling like you just belong somewhere?
Absolutely.
Natural.
Absolutely.
That, if anything, being in the studio and creating is therapeutic for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, you start at 16. You said you took a chance. You shot your shot on Facebook, and you ended up in the studio at D Block. Now,
Yeah. Now remember, I had known the guy
and the engineer.
anyway, so it was like, oh, I already know she dope, so she ain't about to make me look crazy
so it was
in
an
D
easy
Block.
plug.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
now from there, how did you end up on stage with Beres Hammond?
Well, I did that. Forgive me, I might be getting my timelines. It's been a journey. I believe I did the Beres Hammond and Luciano tour before the Styles P situation, if I'm not mistaken.
So it wasn't just a performance. You actually went on tour with these guys.
Well, actually, I was singing background vocals for Luciano, who is another major reggae artist.
Okay.
So his original background singers, for whatever reason, weren't there, so they booked myself and two other vocalists to fill in for the New York leg of the tour, but I didn't actually go on tour.
Okay, well, you did the New York run.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
Hammerstein Ballroom and NJ Pack.
See, you are one of those artists that seems to take a chance at any opportunity shown. Because some artists, they pass up opportunities. You never know when they're going to come back around like that.
Absolutely. I mean, the last time I've been on a major, big stage like the Hammerstein Ballroom was then, when I first did that.
So that was,
Singing back, and that was like over 10 years ago.
and that set the bar, like.
Yeah, yeah. But actually, you know, I was down for a while. You know, life happens, and I was really operating in survival mode. So now I'm in a much better place in my life. So I feel like, not even I feel like, I know that I can fully flourish now because I'm not in fight or flight mode anymore. I'm just, all of my energy, or most of my energy, can go into my craft now.
So let's go into, you hit those highs, and like everything is clicking, the wheels is turning. Let's go into the reality part of the any industry. What stopped you from, once you hit that high, what stopped you? Like what was that wall? What happened?
Feeling like I wasn't good enough, not getting the proper encouragement or guidance from family or people around me, being told, you know, I don't have a certain look or whatever the case may be. There was something I was gonna say, but I'm like, I don't know if I should say that, but it's real. To the point where I was like, you know what, maybe I should get some butt shots, cause at the time, that's when it was
BBL
hot.
was in.
And I'm like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. It wasn't supposed to happen because the person that I was going to go to get said butt shots,
Yeah.
one of the clients died. So I was like,
It wasn't meant to be.
wasn't meant to be. So I'm like, you know what? But now, you know, I still have my days where I'm just like, I don't know, I feel, but I'm much better. I'm much, much better than where I used to be.
You're much more seasoned.
Definitely.
So do you think finding your mate in this industry helped guide you through the downs?
Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to my husband, Shamari. You know, he is a great and integral part of my career and my journey. I mean, it was already there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had the meat and the potatoes. I just needed somebody to come in and kind of let them
it's
joints
guidance.
simmer. You understand? So yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
the guidance, and he's like a walking plethora of information. Like sometimes, like
You
when
got that right.
when I'm talking with him on the phone, and I just look at it, I'm like,
It's overwhelming.
All right, Shamar, you got to give me like 5 minutes.
So imagine how I feel as his wife. I'd be like, Lord,
And then he goes,
Jesus, can I sleep?
Then he'll message me, not to overwhelm you.
All after the fact, after he done sent a whole Encyclopedia Britannica
he's
of info.
great. He's like a guiding point for you for
Definitely.
your career. Actually, we're going to work on some things together
Absolutely.
as a team.
He's very encouraging. I can be myself. He met me when I was at the height of my, I went through like a phase where I was online just jiggling, honey, showing stuff. and stuff. And he met me like that, so he knows what it is. Don't come in here trying to change now. He knew better, because, I mean, I've toned down as a married woman now, but.
We actually seen one of your pictures, and we was like, Shamari had to take this.
Wait, which one? Oh, the
Yeah.
one with the cheetah print?
I don't think it was that one. I just know I was like, oh, I don't need to look at that for too long. But I was just like, all right, Shamari. But it's good that he encourages you to be yourself.
To be I think that's so important in relationships and in marriage. You have to allow your spouse to fully flourish and be themselves. Within reason, you have to maintain respect, but to really embrace their flaws, their, in idiosyncrasies, everything about them. That's true love.
Okay,
Yeah.
and how is it faring coming back into this industry and the climate that it's in where, let's be honest, women are over-sexualized? And now we're at a point where they're not making if they're not degrading themselves at some point. How do you feel about that?
Whoa, that's a loaded question. Where do I start? Okay, there's one part of me that loves to celebrate, feminine energy and sexuality and sensuality, right? We should not be limited to any one thing. We are multifaceted beings. We're sexual. It's okay. Like, in this patriarchal society, it makes us feel like we're not allowed to just fully live in our truth and be ourselves as women, right? So I don't judge really, like, the Sexy Reds of the world and whoever out there. It does kind of make me a little salty sometimes. I'll be like, how the hell, how they up there? I've been hustling all my life, and you just got to sing about booty cheeks, and you up there?
It kind of like takes away. It kind of takes away from the talented artists, and I'm not saying they're not talented in their own right, but it's like I could see it being defeating to certain artists who are like really, really talented and worked on their craft.
I mean, I understand that, but based off of my experiences and how I have done or do my social media, I know what gets the attention from what doesn't. Let's be real. I know that sex sells. It's always going to sell. It's been selling since the beginning of time.
Absolutely.
So when I want, certain eyes on certain things, or for somebody to pay attention to certain things, a little cleavage might show. And whatever, like, anybody could judge me. It is okay. I don't care.
No
I
judgment.
don't
It's
care.
just so you understand the market in the world
Yeah.
that it is.
Yeah.
So you have to take advantage of some things
Yeah.
sometimes. Now, do you feel like it's gotten to the point where it's like, hold on, enough is enough? At some point,
Yes.
I'm talking about Megan Thee Stallion at
What's she
at
doing
Kamala,
now?
Kamala Harris's.
Oh. Well.
Like that's supposed to be like a classy event, and
Oh, she was twerking?
yeah, the whole thing, and I was just like,
To me, they knew who they were booking when they booked her for said event. So I'm just like, oh, well.
like you knew what you was getting, but it just kind of like took away. I was just like,
Pandering. Because they know, they
yeah,
got
they're
to get
trying
the
to-
young crowd, whoever's hot,
And what do you feel about coming back at a time where we were just talking about it? It seems like all the record labels are crumbling.
Luxury, high-end, underground fashion. We represent the untapped greatness in the hearts of the underground, the voice of the unheard. Bet your money on the long shots for the underdogs who believe that they are destined for greatness, established since birth. We are natural born.
I don't know. I feel like the industry is at a place where being independent seems to be the move. With the increase, the proliferation of social media and and people going viral and doing it on their own and becoming famous on their own, it's like we have more control of our narratives now. We don't necessarily have to, like, back in the day, going, handing out CDs and standing in front of the record label. I don't know. Times have changed. I see that the landscape of the industry has changed.
I think that's a missing part of it, though, the exclusivity.
Absolutely. That's the next part I wanted to say. It takes away from the novelty, and it's becoming oversaturated because it's like, if everybody can do anything and be a part of it, if anybody can be famous for doing little to nothing, then it's like it doesn't make it special anymore.
And
it's like too much now.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch or follow the comedian from the Bronx, Ray Ray. He basically said it the best. We in New York, everybody's famous. Get over yourself. So like, we're in this climate where everybody's famous.
So how come I ain't famous yet? Well,
technically. You know what I've been noticing is people who carry themselves like they famous start to gain more followers. It's like that. You put it out there.
Manifestation. I the fact that we're even here.
We spoke about
this. Come on, somebody.
we spoke about this when we first met, when you was taking the class with Gary Axel.
Yeah, definitely.
And what I told you, I said, no matter what you do, you just gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, the role should be reversed. I did not study journalism, but what I did was, as I said, I'm gonna do this, and I want to be good at it.
Yeah.
I went on YouTube and started watching, like, the Don Lemons and the other anchors and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is what they do. This is what they do. The person who should be sitting in this chair is my wife. She was on the news. This is what she did.
Right.
And the role reversal, and she supports me. Like, go out there and make an ass out yourself. Go ahead, go out there and go do it. But
That's
you know what?
a supportive wife.
I get the support, and every week I try and get better at what I do.
Yeah.
Like, some days I just sit in the basement in the office, and I just go on YouTube and I watch other people do their interviews, and I see how
That's
they
how you
move, how they
learn
interact.
and build and grow.
And I practice it sometimes, and I feel like an idiot. I'm in the mirror talking to myself, and I'm like, you better not answer back.
Yikes.
So how was that journey going for you, that you've been getting into the, podcasting and interviewing and hosting?
Well, talk about everything coming full circle. I literally remember, I don't know if anyone ever believes this, but I remember being a little girl, and I had a boombox with, the cassette tapes and a recorder, and I would just be like, hey everyone, this is Siobhan, that's my government name. This is Siobhan, and I would just, like, fake interview. I always said I wanted my own show. So the fact that this is happening, I mean, a while later, but better late than never.
It comes
but what
at a
is late
time-
anyway? I don't know.
Exactly. It
I
comes
don't
at a
know.
time when you're more seasoned as a person.
I'm glad that it's happening now. This is the right time. This is the
Absolutely.
right time because I'm definitely more, I'm stronger, more,
More put
comfortable.
together.
Yeah, more
So-
knowledgeable.
And you figured out who you were. And
Yeah.
at this day and age, if you're gonna make the comeback, which I'm sure you're gonna be successful at, because your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
When I heard that song that you're gonna be performing, Melanin Poppin',
Yes.
I stood up and I looked at Natalia and I was like, she has to perform this if she's gonna come on the show, and she needs to push this record. That record is a global record. But to get to the point that I was making, you cannot be an artist this day and age without social media presence, and almost you need to be a part or on a podcast. You have to have something. I forgot what we were watching, but somebody said that 8 hours of watch time is what Nathaniel Online. Shout out to Nathaniel Online. They did a great job with me and Snow. We're gonna have them up here soon. He said you have to have, it's scientifically proven, you have to have 8 hours of watch time for people to consider you famous.
Oh.
So like,
So I guess I am famous.
if you,
Child, when I check them analytics, when I consolidate all of the numbers, it's way up in the thousands.
Like,
and
I got-
watch time and all of
I
that.
got a clip that we did here. It has 5 hours and 40 minutes of watch time, just one clip. So the thing that he was saying was, you do lots of clips to take them to your long form content on YouTube. And that's how you get people to see you as famous, when they constantly see you and they can watch you for a long time.
Yeah.
So I wanted my artists to do this.
Yeah.
But none of my artists did it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it.
I know
And
that's
I said,
right.
I'm not going to do it how anybody else does it. I was like, how do we make this the best way? So I got on that. We figured it out, and we made this happen. So here we are on Crash
I
the
know.
Industry.
Yeah, I love
And
it. I love it.
We're giving the up-and-coming artists or the rising artists coming back a voice. So what is one thing you're looking forward to in your return to the industry?
I just would like to incorporate all of my talents. I'm very creative, and I have a lot swimming around in my brain, so many ideas, and I just do it. I have like a fearlessness, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
I don't have much fear anymore. After being through so many things, it's just kind of like you just be like, you thug it out, you just do what you got to do. But I'm looking forward to really building my brand and continuing on with the music and the journalism for sure.
Branding is like important.
Yeah.
Branding
yeah.
is very important.
Even the fact that I always have short hair, that's my brand.
That's part of your look.
Yeah.
What is it that you think you need to do to get to the next level?
I just think that I need to do what I've been doing, which is staying consistent, connecting with the right people, and just not letting anything deter me or anyone discourage me. Because regardless of all that I've been through, and I done been through some shit, I never actually gave up. I would be in the shelter. I was pregnant in the shelter, writing music, like songs, like, yeah, I'm about to record this tomorrow. So I would just do that. And
See, those are the stories we need right
I
there.
know, but see, I'm kind of like on the fence about sharing certain things like that because people too damn wicked.
No,
Sure.
those are the stories you need to share, especially to artists coming up right now. They're going to face hard times. And if you're not pregnant in a shelter still writing your songs, you really didn't want this. Like, I see people quit over the dumbest things.
Oh, man. Then they don't really have it. Because to me, it's like the music literally kept me alive.
And
It's my
focus.
purpose and my talent and my drive for wanting to change lives with my music and my voice and my energy. That's what kept me all those times.
Okay, so let's get into a quick one.
Yeah.
First singer to influence you?
Brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Why is
I said
that?
what I said.
No, I'm saying, why is that? She's a great talent. Why is that?
I grew up listening to her. She has longevity in the game. She's extremely successful. Her brand, she's an actress, she's a musician. She really understands her instrument, her voice. Her tone is insane and it's unmatched.
First male artist to influence you?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, Stevie Wonder, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, this is between Stevie Wonder and Bob Marley.
See, I was going to say who was the reggae artist that influenced you. So now I got
Bob,
that.
Robert Nesta Marley.
Right
yeah.
now in the industry, who do you listen to?
Myself.
Okay.
I said what I said.
So you don't listen to any other artists that kind of are in your...
Occasionally, but I mostly listen to soulful house
Okay.
mixes on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's not really mainstream, but it's more like, them hidden cuts that you don't hear every day, if at all.
You listening for loops like me?
Huh?
You listening for loops like me?
Yeah, I'll be like,
always
ooh, yo, I could do a song on that. That
we could
joint is
sample
fire.
that.
No
We could
copyright infringement, though. I'll be like, I don't know how that works, but with that.
So right now, do you have a full team working with you outside of you and your husband? Do you have like your producer and everything lined up?
Nope. I'm taking applications, though.
Oh, well, I told Shamari we will work on that. We have a few producers we could toss your way that would love to work with you.
Wow, okay.
They love working with R&B artists.
Okay.
Like we have Jay King, who's my in-house producer. He's a drummer, but he plays the keys. So, you can hit a note and send it to him. He'll
And I
loop
play
it.
keys too, so
So
you never
that's
know. Might be
another
able to
thing.
bounce some ideas off.
So what other instruments do you know other than the piano?
Just piano. But I feel like deep down inside I should have been a drummer, yo.
Hit the
Because I'm
note.
always like
Trying to make the pattern.
in the house. Like my husband would be like, Jesus Christ. But you know, when I was in high school, or even prior to high school, I was always like making beats on the table and getting kicked out of class. So I really feel like I should just be a drummer.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna close this segment with that Shae Golden Voice Lawrence, and we're gonna bring in our next guest. And at the end of the show, we got a surprise performance for you by Shae Golden Voice Lawrence.
Yes.
All right.
Experience food insecurity. Meanwhile, instead of these nice, colorful foods, this is the best food that they have access to. If this sounds like you, there are a bunch of resources to get healthy food for free or cheap. If you want to help, you might consider donating or volunteering in one of these places. Community fridges like this one are all over the city, and allow New Yorkers to conveniently donate extra food to people who might need it. Go to this link and find your nearest one. Food banks and pop-up events like these provide millions of healthy meals to families in need. These organizations are distributing meals to Bronxites as we speak, and are always accepting donations and volunteers.
Welcome back to the second half of Crash the Industry, the show where we break down the stories and the grind and the hustle behind the hottest names and rising stars in this music entertainment business. I'm your host, Shanti Man, also known as Mr. CEO. And tonight we're switching gears to the world of fashion. My guest is none other than David Simon, the visionary founder of Natural Born, a brand that was born in the midst of COVID pandemic in 2020, yet is making its waves today. He said the swag was started at birth. Natural Born embodies individuality, confidence, and a celebration of innate greatness. Inspired by iconic 90s fashions like Cool G and Moschino, David's brand focuses on high-quality materials, creative designs, and breaks away from the conventional trends. Natural Born has grown through the collaborations with top-tier athletic apparel and now graces fashion shows, pop-up shows, and media outlets like News 12, Newsday, and Today Crash the Industry. Let's dive into the story behind the rising fashion brand. Please welcome my brother, David Simon.
Man, appreciate you, man.
And he also has his guest and partner, Philana Aiken, which is the creative mind behind Santa Your Way and the brand Phenomenal Reflection.
Yes.
I had to remember it because it was two of them tied in there. So how are y'all doing today?
Oh, doing good.
good.
Doing
Right,
good.
good.
Thanks for
Right,
having
right.
us.
Definitely. So let's get into this. So you started this in 2020 during the pandemic, or did you start it in 2012?
I got the idea and I started creating designs and logos back in 2012. That's when I really decided like I really wanted to do it. But I didn't have that many resources at the time, at least not that I knew of, you know. So I just started out with a logo and I kept just tweaking and perfecting it over time. And literally it wasn't up until the pandemic, like literally in the middle of the pandemic, when I realized that I coach high school basketball, and the company that was making my high school basketball team's travel gear, I just happened to just ask them if they do, if I gave them my logo, would they be able to make clothes for me? And they happened to say yeah. And I was working with them for about 3 years before I even asked them, before I even thought to ask them. So yeah, the concept came up 2012, and we pulled the trigger and executed everything in 2020.
I was about to say, I noticed that a bit of your design seemed like sportswear, like heavy sportswear. So now I have an understanding of where that comes from. So like for it to really take off in the middle of the pandemic, like how were you able to move around? Because for me in the pandemic, we couldn't really move around the way we wanted to do things. So how was you able to finesse that?
When I first started it, I would mail them out, and then I would just meet up with people, not just be cautious. I wear the mask, you know what I mean, hand sanitizer, a lot of stuff like that. Just being super cautious. A lot of people were still actually moving around a little bit out there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but towards the end of it, towards the tail end, when people started going back outside and pop-up shops, that's how I met my business partner, Philana. Okay. She was one of the first pop-up shops that I actually did for Santa Your Way. I went and I did her pop-up shop. I was second guessing myself. I actually wasn't even gonna go, but I decided to go last minute. She gave me some words of inspiration and stuff, and that was the first pop-up shop. And then after that, I just kept the ball rolling, just stayed outside with the pop-up shops.
So your first pop-up shop was her Santa Your Way. So what made you want to create Santa Your Way?
I believe that it's important for the community and the youth, the black community, to have an opportunity to see a Santa that looks like them. You know, I've worked in all your major malls. There is no options in any of the malls, and I just thought that it was very important to bring that to life. So during the year of COVID, when the malls were shutting down, that was my last year with them, and I said, I'm gonna bring Black Santa to New York. So that's exactly what I did. It's just something that's needed, it's necessary.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a dope idea because every Christmas we look for Black Santa for our Christmas ornaments. So when I seen the pictures, I was like, yo, this is really dope. I actually tried to set up a photo shoot with Philana, and I was like, damn, she's pricey. She must be good. So I had to, I had to scroll, and I was like, yeah, it's worth it, but I can't do it today.
Right,
but
yeah.
we'll double back when we can make it work. So you guys met, and you said, hey, come to this. You gave them the words of encouragement, and did you like purchase that storefront, or you guys did that together?
Well, the storefront that we have together right now, we purchased together. When we first met, I was doing like pop-up vending, should I say. Once again, it's the year of COVID, so I just found somebody who believed in my vision, and then I just ran with it. And my goal is to support Black businesses, so that's what it was. It was a Black gift pop-up shop around Black Santa, you know, and just highlighting the Black community as much as possible. You know, there's a lot of gifted people out there that don't get a chance or don't have the space to highlight, you know, what it is that they do. So, yeah, that's why, Dave, there was no way out. There was no way out.
She said, this is the only way we're going to do this.
There was no way out, yeah.
Because he seems like a little more reserved, and you're more like, hold on, we're going to go do this right here.
Yeah.
So, getting back to you and your designs, where do you get the inspiration sometimes? Because sometimes I look at your designs, I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Like, you have really dope concepts.
Yeah, for me, it's about visually, it has to be visually striking, and just me paying attention to details. Like, I take a lot of cues from contemporary brands like Who Decides War, and you know, Amiri and all those guys like that. But I grew up in the 90s. I grew up watching all the rappers and all the, you know, the hustlers wearing Iceberg, Coogee, Moschino, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Gucci, Polo, and all that. So I draw inspiration from both of those eras. But for me, like, also with the details that I'm talking about, it's symmetry, it's shapes, there's certain things that the human mind, the human eye is naturally drawn and attracted to. And I try to find those aspects of my design and implement them into what I'm making. So whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, your eye's just naturally going to be drawn to it, because like the number 3, like pairs, like threes, like 3 things in a row usually attract the human eye, and it invokes a feeling, whether you are aware of it or not, but it's balanced, it's symmetrical, and it makes people feel a certain type of way. It makes you feel calm, makes you feel, you know what I mean?
So when you got into this, you really studied the marketing and branding side of it, or did that just come naturally?
Well, the design aspect, I've always thought like that because I've always paid attention to stuff like that, even before I started designing clothes. I always knew why I like things. I always knew I like the color of it. I like the shape of it. I like how it's balanced. Now, stuff like that I always locked into. But as far as the marketing and design, I learned that kind of as I went along. You know what I mean? Because in fashion, it's constantly changing. Every 6 months, every year, every 2 years, like the styles and what people want change. But the key is to stick to, be true to yourself and what you actually like and what you want to create. But at the same time, you got to implement a little bit of what's new and what people actually want at the same time.
And what's current.
So it takes a lot of paying attention to detail and knowing what's current. You know what I mean? So it does take some research, and I study it all the time. I look up all the great brands, all the recent contemporary brands that's doing real well. I focus on how they started, and their backstory. And I just try to pick out little cues from their story and their journey and try to apply it, or at least just see if I'm on the right track. Like if they had the same struggles that I had, or if they had the same successes that I had, did they do the same things that I did? You know what I mean? I'm comparing, but I'm not comparing to put one better than the other. I'm comparing, I'm looking to learn. You know what I mean? So it's constant research all the time.
It's definitely constant research. When I first started doing my Das Fire hoodies,
Yeah.
I'm a simple person. I don't like too much, but I'll have a day where I want a little flash. But
Right.
me, for most days, I don't like too many colors. I'm simplistic because I think things are too flamboyant, too flashy.
Right.
I come from an era you don't want to. You want to get fly when it's fly nights.
Right.
You want your Sergio Tacchini, but then you want to keep it calm. So when I was studying and I was finding out from a person who does this on a regular, he was like, you got to stay like a season or two ahead.
Right.
Like when we in summer, you got to be preparing your winter clothes and you got to be preparing your fall clothes. So is that another thing that you have to do?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to stay ahead. Like I do all my designs myself, and everything from the fit, the cut of it, you know what I'm saying, how it falls on your body, the length of the sleeves, the width of the body, all that I come up with.
So you do your own
So-
tech packs.
I don't do tech packs. I draw them out. I sketch them out.
Okay.
I sketch them out and I send them to my manufacturers. I work with 2 manufacturers overseas, and yeah, I sketch that out. So I'm always designing. I always got designs in my head. I got designs that I haven't even made yet that's still in my head. A lot of them are sketched out on paper, in a notebook at my house. And yeah, man, it's just a matter of time of pulling the trigger. Being a small business, you wear a lot of hats. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it takes time, it takes money, and it takes perseverance and dedication, because stuff don't always go how you plan it to go. Financially, sales-wise and stuff, there's peaks and valleys in everything you do. You know what I mean? So I just try to stay focused and just try to keep designing and just stay consistent with putting out drops. You know what I'm saying? With marketing and promotion, making sure I stay outside and just staying relevant. You know what I mean? I think that's key to a lot of what people can do in anything that you're doing in life. If you stay relevant, you stay consistent, and you stay true to who you are and what you're trying to do, and you don't try to fall into what everybody else is doing or try to be something that you're not, I think that's the quickest way for you to burn out. That's the quickest way for people to realize they're not really messing with it because they don't feel authentic. You know what I mean? I got a lot of support from some real good people that I'm one, proud to say that they support me, and two, I feel blessed that they genuinely support. So I think that's part of the reason why everybody mess with the brand, because they feel like it's genuine, it's authentic.
It's definitely authentic. Now, what was a high point for you when you said, my photography skills, my work, and this thing that I'm giving my community, you said to yourself, I have to do this, I have to continue doing this. What was that moment for you? Like, this is dope.
I'm still in the moment, to be honest with you. I'm rising every year. This year, we're looking to be out of this world. But once again, like I said, it was just very necessary. I've worked for all your major malls, and I see what they do for the black communities. Absolutely nothing. They put the worst looking Santa you can possibly think of in Brooklyn or in Queens, and they just kind of force it on the community, and the community pays for it. You know, what I'm doing is I'm bringing Black Santa to the world with style, grace, great representation. He looks good from head to toe. This is not something that I'm just throwing together because I'm looking for money. Yeah, I'm doing this because Santa was black before he was white. So I'm looking to change the face of Santa one photo at a time for the minorities and the black community. So I'm on that high right there.
That is definitely dope. And just so we know, I'm Black Santa in my house. All right?
Okay.
So when my kids get older, y'all can show them this so they know who Santa is.
Don't start with me because I'll put you in the suit by next year.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm trying to come down. I'm trying to come down.
Come on now.
Season 2, I will be slimmer. So, quick question.
Yeah.
I go on Instagram, and I'm like, yo, let me see what Natural Born drop. I'm looking to get something for my show, right? Because I knew I was bringing the show up, and like I'm gonna get into next season. What I want to do is plan out with a bunch of designers, about 12 to 20 fits, and I'm gonna match them with my boy who does custom kicks. So I'm like, I'm gonna see what he got going on. I'm gonna see what Icon got going on. I'm gonna see what a few people got going on.
Yeah.
And then I look and I see Lance Stevenson.
Real for real on this joint. I'm back at it, the Brooklyn bully. Born ready with the Timbs and hoodie. Who wants smoke with me? I dropped 30 tonight, I might blow 50. Like Pac-Man with the rape, I brought the ghost with me. Big poppin', steppin' like I'm Jimmy. Ooh. Cross over the rap, I got plenty jewels. I was pacing with them M's, took the indie move. I showed the city love, I can make my city move.
How did that happen? Shout out to Lance Stevenson, by the way.
Shout out to Lance. Shout out to D Chambers. D Chambers is a good friend of mine. He's you know, Coney Island legend, Coney Island living legend. He big influencer in the New York underground hip hop scene. A lot of the rising stars out of underground hip hop is coming out of G Chambers and his Trappers Only platform. So, like I said, I started doing the pop-up shops, and I met a lot of people through the pop-up shops, and I met Flowboy Deuce. Shout out to Flowboy Deuce, a rapper from the Bronx. He introduced me to D Chambers. We met at, it's gonna be a lot of names.
It's all right.
We met at, Flowboy had freestyle on 8 Ball Clips with S.O. and Heineken. Shout out to S.O. and Heineken too. He took me to that, and D Chambers happened to be there at the same time doing his freestyle too, and then we stayed after. We just all started chopping it up, and then we all just started rocking from there. So D Chambers introduced me to Lance Stevenson out in Coney Island. We were doing the N1 Classic in Coney Island. That's a basketball tournament. Because I coach basketball too, so Chambers had me on the coaching staff, helping them out, and that's how it just all happened naturally, man. Like I said, I met a lot of good people that support genuinely and really mess with the brand and me. So, like I said, I feel blessed to know them.
Definitely, that's definitely dope. Shout out to D Chambers. You owe me season 2. You said you were gonna come on the show, Chambers. Nah, he's a good brother. He's doing a lot of good work for up and coming artists. That's the reason why I have to get him on this show, because you know this is Crash the Industry, and he's helping a lot of up and coming artists really do that. I've seen him get people plays on the radio, and I think he's gonna have a tremendous story to tell.
Absolutely.
But
He's crossing over now
He's
to the film world. He's introduced.
I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for him. We won't save that. Yeah, he's really very active, and I see you active. I see you out there with the what is that called? The Influencers Club.
Yeah. Again, shout out to S.O. and Heineken. You know, that relationship spawned out of again, I say it again, Flowboy Deuce. He put that together by his freestyle. Me and Flowboy met at a pop-up shop. But yeah, S.O. and Heineken, when I first met them, you know, I gave them some pieces at the location of the freestyle, and they really liked it. They embraced it. They said there's just something about it that they liked, and they stayed in touch. They ordered a couple other pieces. You know what I mean? They would see me posted, or they see it around, and they hit me like, "Yo, I need this, I need that," and of course, you know, I tapped in with them, and we were able to keep a solid relationship with them, and that's how I was able to get into the Influencers Club and meet a lot of dope people, man.
No, definitely. I seen you out there working. I respect the grind. I respect the hustle. So let me ask you, what do you have coming up for Natural Born that, you know, you want to put out there, like certain things you have going on, events?
Right now, I'm focused on designing. I want to elevate the brand even more. I want to focus on some high-end pieces like some leather jackets, some leather sets. Looking to use some suede materials and stuff like that on the new drops that's coming. As far as events, there's so much in the works. I can't even think of. There's so much going on right now as far as what's coming up. But right now, my main focus is to get these designs and really elevate the brand to a level where it's respected, like I said, the who decides wars and the Amiris and all these guys. Like, I'm really looking to compete. That's the market I want to be in. That's the aura that I want for the brand. So I'm really trying to elevate that and really use some high-end materials and some high-end designs and really get it going.
If you could collaborate with someone that you feel like that would be a goal of yours, who's a person you would collaborate with?
I always loved Moschino, Evisu, right? I know those are some older brands that people might have either forgot about or aren't as relevant at the moment, but those are some brands that I always loved since I was young. Those two, and then I'd have to say Who Decides War, I think is one of the most influential brands at the moment. You know, I think they rising pretty quick too. I love what they're doing over there. I'd love to collaborate with probably those three.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm older. Moschino was one of my favorites. I remember they had the doctor outfit where you had the eye doctor joints and the alien head.
Yeah.
The alien head joints. Man, we used to go crazy. We go out to the it was a store in Lower Manhattan where they had it was on the second floor, and it's like a boutique.
Yeah.
And we used to go in there and go crazy, just go cop everything. So what do you have coming up? And if there was somebody you could do a photo shoot with to take your brand to the next level, who would it be?
Well, Santa Claus is coming to town. Today's October 1st. The appointment schedule just opened up. The appointments are going to fly out of the door, out of the window, out of the chimney, wherever it's going down. We are not accepting walk-ins this year, so if they want to come see Santa in either North Carolina or in New York, because we did branch off and we are opening up in another state this year as well, they have to get an appointment. So check us out on Instagram at Santa Your Way. Click the link, get an appointment, come see the hottest big guy in town. And if I could work with anybody photo shoot wise, I'm gonna say Nick Cannon. He's one of my favorite people in the world. He's just so humble. Absolutely love him. He's not one of those people who brag or do things for clout or whatever. He just does it. Yeah. You know, he's a very, very humble person. Nick Cannon, if you see this, I'm mad I couldn't make it to your daughter's birthday party a couple of years ago. Give me another chance. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm just looking for everybody to figure out or understand who the #1 natural beard Black Santa in the state of New York is, and that's Santa James. That's Santa Your Way. Other than that, that's it.
One last question for you. How did you learn photography? Did you learn it on your own, or did you study and take classes?
Both. It started on my own because my mother put a camera in my hand. She used to run her own business that kept kids off of the street in the summertime. And she said, hey, don't miss anything. You know what I mean? We go into the beach. I need, photos of the counselors, the kids, things like that. So it started in-house. And as I got older, I just found a real natural love for it. Capturing memories or people's biggest moments is something special, no matter if it's a happy moment, if it's something that's sad. When you see that and you play it back, or you're able to, take a look at it later on and see what you've done, photography will change you, you know what I mean? So I absolutely love it. This is all that I do is photography. I used to do nursing. I would love to help the people in the hospitals and nursing homes, but I'd rather be happy, and this makes me happy.
That right there shows that Black people can do anything that they want. He was a basketball coach. He's becoming one of the top designers in the hip hop world and just a designer, period. She went from being a nurse to being one of the top photographers. So that shows you that there's no limit to what you can do. So before we get out of here, starting with you, just give them your Instagram and where they can find you and your website so that we can go get some more natural brand.
Yes, sir. The Instagram is at naturalborn_brand. The website is www.naturalbornbrand.com. Also follow at LI_389. That's the flagship store we got out in Coram, Long Island. We do a lot of stuff out of there. We do events, we do showcases, video shoots, photo shoots, everything out of there. So, yeah, so it's all that.
Got you.
Yes, I'm going to piggyback off a Natural Born, just to let you guys know. You see Santa decked out, that's also Natural Born. He's not only just my business partner, but he's the brain and the designer behind the swagged out 5-star Grinch. He's number one in the state of New York. You're never going to see another one like that. And your number one natural beard, Black Santa. So shout out to Natural Born for everything, because, you know, he came around full circle for me, you know, but... Shout out to him. Shout out to Santa Your Way. That's where you can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on Instagram at Phenomenal Reflections. And once again, the appointments are open, so come on down. You're never going to see another holiday experience like this one.
Facts.
And there you go. That's another episode of Crash the Industry. Stay tuned for the performance by Shae Golden Voice Lawrence. And we'll be back.
Fire.
Appreciate
Luxury, high-end, underground fashion. We represent the untapped greatness in the hearts of the underground, the voice of the unheard. Bet your money on the long shots for the underdogs who believe that they are destined for greatness, established since birth. We are natural born.
This is another episode of Crash the Industry, and we're about to close it out with Shae Golden Voice Lawrence. Take it away.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? BronxNet, thank you so much for having me. Crash the Industry, let's go. Yeah. $1,000,000. This song, it's all right. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Hey, my name is Shae Golden Voice Lawrence. Hey, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and a TV show host. Check me out on YouTube. Woke up to a brand new day. Nothing gon' get in my way. Woke up to a brand new feeling. New dawn that life is revealing. Good vibes from the floor to the ceiling. So put your hand in the air if you know it's gonna be a good day. Live life no fear without a care, okay? Okay, come on y'all, hey. What you feeling like? Feeling like $1,000,000. Oh, no negative vibe can't touch this, no. Feeling like $1,000,000, oh, hey. Woke up to a brand new drive. I'm so grateful to be alive. Way that I smile, haters despise. Way that I live my life. I'm gonna hold my head up high. Let God be my guide. Never gonna let them steal my shine. Put your hand in the air if you know it's gonna be. Live life no fear without a care. Oh, what you feeling like? Feeling like $1,000,000. Oh, no negative vibe can't touch this, no. Feeling like $1,000,000. Oh, no negative vibe can't touch this, no. Yeah. This is to everybody that made it through the struggle. This is for you. Hey. I'm gonna hold my head up high, let God be my guide. Never gonna let them steal my shine. Put your hand in the air, hey. Put your hand in the air, hey. Ha. Okay, here we go. Feeling like $1,000,000, oh, oh. No negative vibe can't touch this, no. I'm feeling like $1,000,000, oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, $1,000,000 by myself, Shae Lawrence, on all music platforms. Thank you. I really like that. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Shae Lawrence, and this song is called Melanin Poppin'. Yeah, feel good in your melanin. Come on, somebody. Hey, 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 hey. Feeling so good in the skin I'm in. My melanin poppin', looking so right, skin glistening. No, nobody can tell me a thing. My melanin poppin', 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 eh. Tell me what you want from me. See you admiring. See you looking at my pretty brown skin. Hey, feel so inspiring. And it's not a sin to embrace what's God-given, so you can keep your images, 'cause I'm loving all the skin I'm in. Oh, nobody can bring me down. Oh no, skin kissed by the sun and it's beautiful. I'm singing this song just to let you know you're beautiful. Feeling so good in the skin I'm in. My melanin poppin', looking so right, skin glistening. No, nobody can tell me a thing. Melanin poppin', 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 eh. Sing it, y'all. Feeling so good in the skin I'm in. What? My melanin poppin', looking so right, skin glistening. What? No, nobody can tell me a thing. Hey, poppin'. Hey, come on. Comfortable in my skin. Don't need to change a thing. No need for skin bleaching. Hey, be proud of your melanin. You're a blessing. One of God's best creations. Can't replace it. The standard of beauty, don't chase it. Oh, nobody can bring me down. Oh no, skin kissed by the sun and it's beautiful. I'm singing this song just to let you know you're beautiful. Feeling so good in the skin I'm in. What? Looking so right, skin glistening. My melanin poppin'. No, nobody can tell me a thing. What? My melanin poppin', 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 eh. My melanin poppin'. Feeling so good in the skin I'm in. So right, so right. No. My melanin is poppin'. Yes, it is. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Shae Lawrence, Melanin Poppin' and all music. All of my music is on all music platforms. Thank you.
And that is another episode of Crash the Industry. Can we all get it? Crash the Industry. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My brother. Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you. Come on,
Melanin poppin'.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is your clothing line, right?